Hey beauties, and welcome to my YouTube page. So today I will be showing a quick tutorial on how I did box braids on my mom. Not only did certain errors on purpose to show you guys certain things, but also I'm just showing you guys that practice literally makes perfect. So also my mom is like my whole entire life. She always agrees to anything I ask. So I asked her if I could do box braids on her, and she said yes. I'm very excited about it. Like last time I asked her if I could practice doing finger waves on her for my state board test, and she said yes, and I passed and got my cosmetology license. So as you guys can see, I am using my hair mist spray that I bought from Sally's Beauty. I have put in my hair therapy oils inside that mist so I can just have an easier way to detangle my mom's hair. Please excuse her faces. She is very tender-headed. My mom has been transitioning her curls for 7 months now, so she's not really used to her curl type, and on top of that, her hair is very kinky, so it's a lot of adjusting on her end. But right now I'm just detangling before I start putting in stuff in her hair and we get the show on the road. As you can see, my oil is adding a lot of shine and moisture into her hair. I could just glide right through it with my comb. I added some leave-in from Asiam Co Wash, is my favorite actually. And now I'm just starting to part this baby up and let's get these braids on the road. Just a quick update, please excuse my boyfriend in the back. Home videos are the best videos, right? So I got my part ready. I got my hair ready stretched. Let's start this. As you can see, all I did was just make a quick loop around my finger and I wrapped the piece of hair around my mom's hair. I'm starting my braid. I'm splitting her natural hair into 3 parts to match the hair added in. I am not feeding any hair into her braid. The reason why I couldn't feed any hair was honestly, I legit did box braids on my mom's hair with 1 pack. Like, I found this old pack in my closet and I said, oh sweat, it's salt and pepper. Mama, let me do this. So I'm trying my best also to tuck her hair in. So as you can see, I have like her natural pieces of hair and I'm trying to put it behind the extension. That's how you tuck. You take the natural piece and you put that strand behind the extension piece and you keep continuing your braid. I'm also doing these braids without rubber bands, so all I did was honestly wrap the strand at the end around the braid. I knotted it twice. I'm using Echo Gel to use as like a paste to saturate the end, and I'm putting a Flexirod at the end so she can have not tight curls but like medium loose so it could look as natural as possible. So since I'm only working with the little bit of hair I have, like I said, I am not taking any other extra pieces from my pack to feed into the braid. If I was able to feed into the braid, you would not see her natural hair sticking out, and it would be better for me to tuck her natural strands behind the extension. So that was one of the errors I did on purpose to show you guys how I did this box braids on the wing, because I didn't really have that much hair. So I know in the beginning I didn't really show you guys the products that I will be using on her box braids. I do not really like to use gel throughout the whole natural hair and the extension hair. So if it's only possible, I like to saturate the hair with either a leave-in conditioner or oil. And if I see that the ends look like a little rough and poofy, that's the only time I would use gel. Just so the ends could stick together at the end, it could be used as a paste just to have that sleek look. I don't want nothing to be as fuzzy, you know. It's bad enough I couldn't really feed hair in, so her hair's already sticking out even though I have gel on it. So that's how I use gel. People do everything differently. This is just my little techniques on how I do my braids. So I just stick my Flexirod on there, and now I'm just showing you guys up close my parting and how her braids are coming out. Trying my best to make sure I tuck her natural hair behind the extension as best as I could, knowing that I can't really feed hair into her braid. So I'm making sure that every section I take from the pack is a medium thick enough section that could totally cover her natural hair. Again, I'm trying my best not to use rubber bands, so what I would do is I would take a long strand at the end of the extension and wrap it around the braid twice, and then I'll start wrapping it up with a Flexirod, so when I boil everything it will seal together and hopefully not unravel. So now we're working our way towards the middle, and I'm gonna start doing my parting for her braids. At the end of the video, I will try my best to look up which two last packets I had to mix together for her salt and pepper look. It pretty much blended in very well with my mom's hair. She's trying to grow out the blonde hair that she has going on, and she's trying to stick with her salt and pepper. So I'm just showing the braids, and I'm showing you guys how I wrap it around my finger, and I use it as like two pointers, like a little clamp, so I could just hold her natural strand in the middle, wrap the extension around it, and that's how I get my 3 strands to start her braid. Just trying to show how neat and secure I'm trying to make her braids. Had to show my mama some love because we're almost done. I can't wait to do some makeup on her. So this is me just combing out, detangling whatever knot she has going on in there. I'm wrapping the extension around my fingers, and I'm using my pointer and my thumb as a clamp to hold her natural hair in the middle as I wrap the extension around, and I start splitting her natural hair into the extension to do my 3 parts and to do the braid. Trying my best also to hold on to her natural hair so I could keep tucking it in the back of the extension. I'm trying my best to tuck her hair so it could just look straight salt and pepper. I'm trying to hide the blonde in there. For those who don't know, this is my first time ever recording myself doing a demonstration video, box braids. I'm gonna keep on doing this, but since this is my first time, I was kind of in a rush and I was very nervous. So in the description, I will put in the hair that I bought. I will put in the products that I used, and I will put in the link towards my Viva La Beauty goodies website. So you guys could click that link if you're interested. I have my silk bonnets, I have silk two-tone do-rags, hairpins that are blinged out, I have edge brushes, I have scalp massagers, and I'm currently out of stock on my hair therapy oils, but they will be returning soon. So now I'm just making sure that this braid matches the other braids around her scalp. I want to make sure everything is the same length regardless if they're in a Flexirod or not. So let's just wrap that strand up and let's get the front piece ready. It's so funny because the front piece is always so hard for me to do for my mom due to the fact that I call her a skunk. She has a silver patch legit in the middle of her head. Like when you split it in half, it looks like her hairline is receding, and it's not. It's just she has her little skunk patch. So now I have my last strands to the pack. I want to even it out, make sure the 2 front braids are the same size. And I'm about to start the first braid in the front. Let's wrap that around my finger, get my little 2 clamps going, and let's start tucking this baby in. During this time, I just want to say how happy I am that my mom was able to cooperate with me, because 1, she cannot stay still for nothing. She always has to move around. My mom has bad OCD, so she'll come up with an excuse to clean anything. Like, she could sit down for like not even 10 minutes and she'll be like, excuse me, this is dirty, let me go clean it up real quick. So I just want to give a really super duper big shout out to my mom for not only being my supporter and for telling me to reach for the stars, but also for letting me use her as my guinea pig And I really do appreciate that so much. Like, Mom, you're bomb.com. Like, seriously, thank you for always rooting for me. Thank you for being my biggest fan. Thank you for everything that you have done. Like, seriously, I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for you. That's why I always got to transform my mom. If I get a new product in, she always gets it first. If I come up with an idea, I always want to express it to her first. Like, everything that comes my way, it has to go to my mama first. And she just deserves it. Like, look at this queen. She looks so different and beautiful. Like, first time ever getting box braids, and I'm so glad that I was the first person to give it to her. Plus, during the coronavirus, my mom got a little depressed. She's a very outdoor type of person, very bubbly. So the fact that she feels like she's on house arrest, I told her, let's not play that part. Just because you feel like you're on house arrest doesn't mean you have to look like you're on house arrest. So I'm really excited that I got to do this transformation to her. Like, I brought her back to life. I had to do her makeup at the end. She was glowing, and it made me so happy. All I could do was just hug her.
Dímelo, parcero. Siempre con la seta y no somos salseros. Ya Susan soltero. Dijo que te va la babera aguacero.
Alright, so I'm all done with these braids. I got my Flexirod in. Before I start boiling, let's apply some tea tree oil in there. You know, just in case the scalp feels dry, itchy. Let's keep it moisturized. So let's add some tea tree oil in there. Saturate it to the scalp. Keep her nice and shiny for a couple of days. I don't want my mom's hair to dry out too much. On top of that, I didn't do this tight at all, so I really just want to make sure everything flows throughout her hair, because as you get older, your hair does get a little weaker and more brittle, so the oil played a huge part in it. You guys can see how neat and clean I try to do my parts. I try to do my braids, my Flexirods. Alright, let's start boiling this baby up. Let's get the show on the road. Hey Ma, hey, look at my queen glowing. So these are my silk bonnets. They come in pink and I have pearl silver. This was just a little treat for my mom at the end for being so patient with me and staying still in the chair. Trust me, it was not easy. So this is the braids all boiled up. I took the Flexirods off just for not a tight curl, not too loose either, just right. My mom hasn't had long hair in a while, so why not experience it through braids? So this is my tutorial and my demonstration of my beautiful mom. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys soon. Mwah.